Okay, hello guys, this is Risky Trader here. I am going to apologize for anything that may pop up in my computer, virus protection thing, or any random pop-ups that may pop up here. Hoping not to have to edit this video. I'm just going to run it straight through. I am Risky Trader. Welcome to my channel. I appreciate you guys being here. In this video, I'm going to be discussing just the very basics of being a day trader. And not necessarily being a day trader, just investing in general. So I'm going to show you guys how to get Thinkorswim platform from default to a much more better chart setup. I'm going to be discussing candlestick charts. What do they mean? I am going to be discussing time frames, and I'm going to be discussing ticker symbols. So I'm going to keep this video as short as I possibly can, but before I can do that, I have to put on my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. All trading strategies discussed in this channel are used at your own risk. Future stocks, options trading, whatever it is that you would like to trade, includes great risk of loss and is not recommended for anyone. You know, prices of future stocks go up and down. They're very choppy, and in some cases you may even lose more than your initial investment, depending on what you're doing. Risky Trader YouTube channel. This is this channel you're watching. I'm not responsible for any losses you obtain as a result of any content that I may post up, any strategies that I may discuss. These videos are for entertaining purposes and should be considered as trading advice. Stop loss orders sometimes don't go through for many reasons, and technological issues, market conditions. So keep that in mind, okay? If your position moves against you, you may sustain a total greater loss than more than you deposited in your trading account. You are responsible for all the risk and financial resources you use and any strategies you decide to use, not only from this channel, but from any other channel and from internet and anything. Somebody may teach you a trading strategy, even person to person. You are responsible for your own money, okay? Right now, I just can't tell people what to do with their money. Like if I told you, hey, give me $20, it's going to be good for you. A lot of people would not want to just give me your $20. I'm sorry about this, guys. They want me to buy the antivirus. So it's kind of things like that. Keep it common sense, guys. Do not trade unless you fully understand what you're doing. I mean, you wouldn't want to just try to fix your car if you had no idea what you were doing. You might mess up your car, and then you won't be able to drive around. So it's the same thing here. I mean, if you don't understand this, you shouldn't be putting your money in. You're entering a potential loss. If you do not fully understand these risks, you should seek help and advice from a professional licensed financial advisor. None of the content published on Risky Trader YouTube channel constitutes a recommendation of any particular security or any particular investment strategy. Okay, so just putting that out there. The first time I'll read it out loud. I don't think I'll read it again, but in this video I did, and I'll be putting that up in every video. Okay, so let's begin. This is basically, if you decided to use the Thinkorswim platform, this little part of the video will be for you, and if you didn't, you might want to skip ahead further, but we'll get right down to it. Basically, you're here. This is a simulated trading account. If I could put it up right there, you can see it right here. This is not my actual real trading account. I want to use this one just to show you guys. I didn't want to go back to default on my original one, so this one I just used to mess around with, and actually have a big order losing right now. This is what I used to practice. Okay, this is what you used to practice. This is what I recommend too. Simulated trading practice. You want to do that for about a year. Consistently win money in this, and then you can go ahead and try to put some money on the line. But again, discuss that with your licensed professional financial advisor. Let's get right down to it, guys. You get up here where it says charts. Click on that. It's going to get you to a much better position. These are your places where most people will put their watch list. So like basically, I'll just click right here. I'll delete this gadget. Click here, delete it. Click here, delete that. And then this one I'll leave it open, but right now I'll close it right here. You can open it and close it by clicking right here. I'll keep it closed right now. So one of the first things you will realize is that it says enter a symbol above. A symbol is just basically an abbreviation of a stock. So for example, Facebook is FB. If you look at FB, it says Facebook. Okay. You want to look up Netflix, you can type in Netflix, but you can also type in NFLX for Netflix. You could type in the whole word Amazon, or you could understand that Amazon has its own abbreviation right here, AMZN, Amazon, right there. Okay, so that's just, a very basic thing that you guys need to understand. Each stock basically has its own abbreviation, which is called a ticker symbol. It's one of the first things that you will have to learn, but this is one of the easiest things to learn. So most of you guys probably already got that down. So now you come down here, and a lot of people use a volume indicator, which is cool if you want to use that. I really don't need to. I'm not really showing you guys volume right now in this particular video, but we're going to get all of this to a much better setup that I like, so I can teach you guys a little bit more comfortable. So we're going to go to right here, setup right here. Okay, from right here, I'm just looking at everything, making sure that everything's good. I think everything here is good. I'm not really sure. I'll go to appearance. I do want to fill this because I don't like to see it like this. I want it to be filled, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that. I'll go to equities. I think this is the one right there. I think this right here is this blue one right there. So we'll see right now. Go to options. I'll leave everything else the same. I'll just click apply. And basically this is how it looks. Let's see if we can get this to be looking a little bit more cleaner. I'll go back there again. Show price subgraph. Let's see what this does. Go back on there. Again, I'm doing this just like this, guys. So background. I put darker. Okay. All right. That'll be good enough for me to teach you guys what I want to teach you guys next, which is just basically candlesticks. But before we actually get into that, I do want to discuss that each and every single candlestick here represents something. It represents time. But in order to understand that, you need to understand time frames. So up here you can see the letter D. That just stands for day. Right now it's giving me the daily candles up to 1 year. You can customize it however you want. Here's 5 days. It'll give me 5 minutes. So right now each of these candles represents a day. But if I want to go to 5 minutes, basically each of these candles represents 5 minutes. And it tells you right here. Okay, but basically how do you read the candle is essentially the same. A candle has an opening. In other words, every 5 minutes there's going to be a new candle. So let's say we're right here. Every candle needs to have an opening. It needs to have a close. It needs to have a high. And it needs to have a low. And that particular 5 minutes. Each 5 minutes is going to have that. How do you determine if the candle is going to be green or if the candle is going to be red? Is determined on where it closes compared to where it opened. That's going to determine the color of the candle. The high or low is not really important per se for this. What determines a green and red candle is where the bar and that particular time, and again, this is 5 minutes. So this candle right here, it opened right there. But where did a candle close? It closed up here, therefore making it a green, positive, bullish bar. When I say bullish, in trading, there's certain slangs. bullish or bulls, like an actual animal bull, it's, and also going long, a saying that says going long. If you're going long, if you're bullish, if you're in the team of the bulls, that means that you want the stock to go up. If you're short, if you're bearish, you're the team of the bears, that means you want it to go down. Okay, so that's just a certain slang, so you guys need to understand. But going back to this, each candle is going to have an open, a close, a high, and a low. The high and the low are considered wicks at times. For example, this has a stick up. Let's get it right closer. This has a stick up and a stick down. The bar opened right here, where my mouse is. It went as high as this, came back down, probably went as low as this, but closed right here. Because it closed lower than where it opened, it was a negative. It was a red bar. But it had a higher wick and it had a lower wick. This one was even more. Okay, sometimes stuff like this, upper wick, lower wick, can mean a potential reversal. Sometimes it can mean that people are indecisive. They're fighting it out. Okay, the bears and the bulls are fighting it out. People that want to buy, people that are selling, they're fighting it out here. And there's not a real clear-cut winner, even though right here it looks like the bears won a little bit. And then the battle continued, and actually the bulls got into a much bigger win here, and then eventually they ended up going up there before the bears came back. And here begins another level of indecisiveness. But what you guys need to understand is the open, the close, and this one had a lower wick. No high wick here. Okay, so it literally closed at the high. It closed at the high. So when you look at these candles, people like to see these wicks because it tells them a certain thing. It tells them like, well, it looks like it looks like, sometimes it can help you. Sometimes a strategy will be like, if you have a really big upper wick, maybe that's an indication that it's getting rejected and it may go down. Vice versa, the same thing, if it's a lower wick, and it may mean that it may go up. But at the end of the day, you just need to understand what they mean. It just means a high and a low, an open and a close. That's what these candles mean. The time frame is just basically that. If I go to 1 day, all these bars represent 1 day. It tells you right there at the bottom. If you look up right here, when I click on the bar, it tells you the date. And it tells you the time. If I do 1 minute, each one of these bars is 1 minute. And you can see down there it's going up by 1 minute. Some people like to trade on the smaller time frames for day trading. Some people like to trade on the weekly, the 4 hour, the daily, for many other reasons, like just to see the resistance and support and all kinds of things, and we'll get into that later on in the channel. But for this video, that's basically it, guys. I just wanted to show you guys how to get to this particular screen. I wanted to show you guys what the time frame means, and I wanted to show you guys what these candlesticks mean. In future video, I'm gonna actually get it and show you guys a much better setup, a setup that I will probably use to trade. And I'm going to be talking about certain indicators in the future video that I'll be making for you guys. And then after that, we can probably be discussing just some ideas and some potential ideas. Ideas that you can discuss with your financial advisor if you decide to go with one. Just, like I said, entertaining purposes, which is going to be right here, just looking at things together and seeing if we can discover things together. Post down in the comments if you found this video useful. Post down in the comments a particular video that you would like me to cover. a particular strategy or anything like that you would like me to analyze and give my opinion on, my take on. And I'll try to get this content out as soon as possible, but this is the most general basics of it. You can't really continue to learn strategies if you don't even know what a candlestick is, if you don't even know that each of these represents a certain time. If you don't know none of that, then you guys wouldn't be able to continue. So I thought this video was useful. Hopefully you guys found it useful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you want to. Give it a like. Give it a comment. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay green, guys. Thank you.